Alright guys, well, as I promised, I got the block is sitting on the 4-axis on the CNC machine, and honestly I almost betrayed you. I did try to run the first pass on it ever on this machine, and I did stop. I'll show you in a minute. I said let me just stop and hope you can see here, start cutting, and I went all the way here, said let me just stop and run the video, because I don't want to do that, like you guys don't see the first cut in it. I did a few things on the macro. So the macro, the tool change on the macro, I haven't touched this machine in a while. It's just been sitting here. So I messed with it a little bit this afternoon, and so I changed the macro on my tool change on my ATC. I changed my coordinate system. Like my table is gonna get away from the carousel side, so when I'm gonna do the tool change, I'm away from it. So right now, I can get that tool back into position number 24 because I got my tool number 1 here. So I would really need to change the angle in this tool. So the position on the holder, the fly cutter have to be 100, 180 straight to the locks on the spindle. That way the fly cutter is gonna get, it's gonna go straight inside the carousel. It's not gonna mess with the tool right beside it. This way it's gonna take all this space. Like I said, on some machines, I believe Haas, you can just set, like large tool, like I believe you put L on the tool table or the spot on the carousel. It's not going to allow you to put tools beside it because the tool that you're putting on that position is larger. I really don't know how it works, but I believe something like that. On this machine, the tool, this heavy. So I moved the computer out of, the computer was sitting down there. This is kind of the same screen set. And I want to tell you this, guys. Okay, some of the viewers, you have asked me if I can post the code of, that like the tool setter code and the probing, script and the probing script. I can definitely post all of them, but if you don't have that screen set, those scripts, they don't work. Why? There's some part is gonna work, but they're not gonna fully work because they're designed to have all of these DROs right here on the corner, which you gotta fill up. You fill them up with, depending on how far you want it to be from the spot that you want to be looking, the corner you're going to be looking for. So you need all of that screen set in order to use one of those scripts. It's not that I don't want to send them over to you. I don't mind. You want them, I send them. It's okay for me. It don't bother me at all. But they don't work if you don't have the screen set. And I cannot honestly send you this screen set because the screen set, I honestly haven't tried to send it to somebody. Why? And I'm gonna be honest with you. Sam on CNC for XR7, I believe that's his channel. He's a pretty cool guy, and I believe he makes a living besides whatever he does. I don't know. He will send me this over. He will charge you a little bit of money, and he will set up the screen set for your machine, like he did for mine. This one for the Cincinnati, and he also did on the Brothers. So I really don't want to break the man's business. So if he makes some money on that, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I don't want to send you this screen set. Honestly, not. I believe you can download this, but he will send you. You get with him, and he will send you one custom made, and they look pretty good. You seen the one on the Brothers? And this is the one he did for me. It looks the same as the other one. We got our same main screen like we had on the Brother. And we got the probing tab, same tab, diagnosis. I added these LEDs right here, but whatever you want, you call him, he get with you. I mean, you get with him and he will add it for you. I add this myself. These are all the LEDs I needed. I'm using all 15 triggers to do the tool changes in machine. This is kind of complicated. And then on my ATC, if you see here, I got 24 tools, and he set up my spindle. He set my arm here. This is the arm that changed the tool. And when the arm goes down, when it goes to the spindle, I mean, when it moves to the spindle, it moves to the carousel. When it stands out to pick up the tool or leave the tool on the spindle or the carousel. When it releases or lock the power drawbar. So it's not that I don't want to send you those scripts. It's just he already set this, which there's not much inside the bottoms, and this is gonna be kind of crazy because I changed these bottoms. I mean, I changed this bottom after he sent me the script because I wasn't gonna use the ATC macro he sent me, and I never did. He finally sent it all, I mean, to me, no problem. He will custom make the screen set and send you build you a macro for your retrofit. So he was gonna send me the screen set and the macro, but I wanted to learn what was inside a macro and inside a script for the tool change. So that's how everything started pretty much. I said, well, no, if the screen, I mean, it's the macro you're gonna send me is I can look at it, and I'm okay with that. You know, I try to keep my things that I make money and living on kind of private, because that's my living, right? So I'm okay with that. So I end up just learning, and I didn't build the whole macro. I got a thanks so much, like I have said on other videos. I got a friend over in Germany. His name is Thomas. Probably many of you know him over the internet. I believe he's like the letter he uses on the forums and this and that, I believe is TPS. Well, anyway, just a cool man. I mean, he have teach me so much. So he was the one that designed this macro, and I learned over that macro, and then the other one how to make how to kind of understand some part of it. Like I can change a few things to it and make it work and suit it to what I want, and change timings and things like that. You can probably do that later too. So anyway, like I said, this was on the questions like, can you post the script? I can post it, no problem. You send me an email, I just send it to you. I'll send you the script. I can't send you a screen set because it's locked to it's not locked, but I don't want to do that to the man. He makes a living on that. I'm sorry guys, I do, but I can't do that. I can send you the script, but you got to have the screen set. But if you just call Sam, he will send you one, and they fairly cheap, no kidding, fairly cheap. So anyway, he will make you one. He will make you a custom one the way you want it for whatever machine you got. Well, anyway, I zeroed my 4-axis already. It was kind of tricky because the indicator I got, if you see here, it's also a cheap one. I try to use cheap stuff. So I indicated right here, on top of the block, on the Y, and also on the X. And I was good on the X, and then I come to the Y, I was good too. But when I put down my blade down, the cutter, when I put the cutter down and I kind of tested on, I wasn't right perfect. And the problem is my indicator is not sensitive enough for me to align the block at thousandths of a degree. So we got thousandths of an inch, and then we got thousandths on a degree, on 1 degree. So it's really sensitive on that movement in order to align it right. So I end up just getting the cutter, getting it really close to the block on a long distance on the Y, and just kind of, 1,000 at a time, just trying to align, and align the block. And hopefully, I believe it's fine. We're gonna drop 1,000 on it, a full cut on it. Like you see, I never end up cutting it. I didn't want to betray you guys on doing the first cut myself. So I'm gonna send it and let's see what happens. I got me a pair of glasses. I rarely use them, but it's something. They were just sitting here in the shop. I don't believe I'm gonna see much with this because they're yellow. So anyway, this machine is loud because it's got that hydraulic pump on the back, which is the one that runs pretty much all the parts in it. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let you see a tool change on it. So I'm just gonna, right now I got tool number 4, but I'm gonna pull that tool by hand out of there, and then I'm gonna call tool number 1, and hopefully everything goes good. So first, that's the brake over there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna get tool number 1, just for the, I'm in 24. Well, you saw how the table got away from the spindle, 15 inches on the Y and 0 on the X, all the way away from it. Just in case I'm gonna do a tool change or whatever on it, and the block is so high, and hopefully one day I can just pick that cutter from the carousel. If the block is on the way, you guys know what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna call number 4 again, and I got the code loaded. The code that I did it on Bobcat Cam. That's the software I got. That's the one I learned, and I really don't know how to use another one, so I just use Bobcat. So the resurfacing on it is it's gonna look like an L deal, if I can say it like that. I'm gonna start somewhere on the corner of the table here. I mean, the spindle is gonna drop on the very far end on the corner on the table here, and then it's gonna move into the center of the table, and then just cross over the full table of the machine. What I'm looking on that is, let's just say one day I put a long block that really kind of just sits and takes all over the 30 inches of travel on the machine, the 32 inches or whatever. And if I don't want to drop on the very far end on the X and then start moving over, because what if I drop in and I drop on top of the block? So I wanted to drop on the, outer of the block, wherever I was, and then come in at the same speed. I believe I'm going at 3 inches a minute. I'm going to try to move it faster so it don't take that long. Kind of just go into the middle, and then once it's in the middle, hopefully I already took the cut, and then I start moving all the way on top of whatever we're going to resurface. So let me call number 4 again. Mucho entonces. I got a light on it. Just put me a light here. And right now the table is coming this way. I'm just going in with the fly cutter is coming into the Y, and then it's gonna move on the C. This is really scary. I don't like that. I'm probably gonna put some kind of protection here. I moved it up to 8 inches a minute, so let's see if I can get you closer. Once it gets closer, then I'm gonna slow it back down and just be patient on it. That's 800 RPM, 3 inches a minute, and we'll see what happens. Very small pass. Barely touching it. I'll go a little bit faster, 5 inches a minute. just moved it to 8 inches cement because it looks like we're barely gonna touch it. So I will put another 1,000 on it and just run it again. We're gonna have to drop it a couple of thousands. But it's done over there. All right, well, I'm gonna bring it back to and I'm gonna drop a few thousands on fee. And 2,000. Then I'm gonna re-zero. Gonna hit stop, so it will go Z0. I mean Z, save C. And I'm gonna run it again. 224. see that over there? I'm gonna stop it over there, and so you don't have to think. All right, and I'm gonna go full on wide. Hopefully you can see over there, guys. So you see how clean it was coming out on this side, and then it's cut on the outside. This sleeve right here is lower, and this number 1, 2, 3, yeah, that's 3 because it's a 4. So I believe this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I believe it's like that, like they used to. So see how this whole sleeve is lower than the outside of the block, and it's normally like that because the water is being pushed by the water pump on the front side. Wait, I'm sorry, I was to scream on this. This is loud. So the water is being pushed on the front side by the water pump, and it rolls around the whole sleeves. And this very last one is the one that is always hot. I mean, it's hotter than the ones on the front. So this is how low this sleeve is. So it's probably gonna take another 1,000 in order to clean up the, you know, the top of the sleeve right here. I'm not gonna run it now. I just want you to see So now what will happen is I will just put my indicator on it through the spindle, put the indicator on it. Probably later I'm gonna get me not a pro, but maybe, you know, a cheap 3D indicator, timer maybe, I don't know. And just indicate on the Y, because I should be good on the X. Because I already did that side, and the only thing that the shaft did was just, you know, turn around, and I'm still sitting on the same shaft, so I'm just gonna indicate on the Y and just send it over again. I'm not gonna do that now. I'm tired and I had a long week. So there you see it, guys. It's turning over. It came out good. It came out really good. You can see my hand on it. So came out really good. It's just, you can see how low this leaf right here is. So no big deal to cut one of these on the shaft. And I believe, so when I first put the shaft over here, I thought the shaft was gonna do a lot of vibrations, and it may do later with a heavier block, but this is what it went through my head. Maybe this is not what's gonna happen maybe later, but what it came to my head is, you know, as long as the shaft is empty, it's definitely gonna have some deflection on it. You know, it's gonna be not flimsy, but it's gonna be, you know, softer. But once you put that block on it and you tie them main bearings, the block is gonna be part of the shaft, and so the block is gonna add strength to that shaft. So pretty much the only part you're flexing right now, when you put that block in there, you're flexing this short part right here and this one right here too. So if you're ever gonna build one, don't just try to go with the biggest shaft possible, because then you're gonna limit yourself into putting smaller blocks in it, and that's gonna definitely limit your capabilities, or, you know, making money if you're gonna make one of these. So I went by a 2.5 inch shaft. This is 2 7/8, 7/8. Yeah, I believe this is a 2 7/8 main bearings. I mean, not on the main, on the block. So, and it's pretty long. It's 40 inches, I believe, 38, 40 inches long. So you can probably build just a smaller one, let deflection on it. And besides that, not a big deal, because the block is gonna add some, it's gonna add power to that shaft. The shaft is not just gonna be empty over there, flimsy. The block is gonna add some rigidity to it, so you don't have to worry. You saw we just put a very nice cut on it. Now, stuff like this, you gotta be patient. It's not like just put it over there and take 20,000 on the cut. It's too big of a fly cutter to take that big cut. So you gotta be, you know, going 2 or 3 thousandths at a time at the most, and you will get to the point where it'll be right. And remember, always center your, indicate your shaft. So if your shaft is indicated, sometimes you're gonna put a block that, and it's, I've seen them like that. You can even look online and find out that between the crankshaft and the cylinder head, they kind of, you know, they work. They're not just straight out in between the crankshaft and the cylinder head. So if you indicate your shaft good, just be confident, sit your block on it, tight it, and just send it. You'll be fine. Even though if you're off, it was off starting with. So, and some of them they're off. So it don't matter if you're, it does matter. I wish all of them would be perfect, but just make sure you indicate your shaft, and the rest is gonna come later. All right, guys, well, I hope you like it, and this is it. 4-axis build, a block resurface on it, and nothing on it. It's just that shaft and the block on it, and it done it. So you don't need a lot of fixtures and stuff. And stuff to hold it. If I would do it again, which I believe I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna make me a fixture where I don't have to build those bushings on the main bearings. I don't have to build them so tight with so high tolerance where they will hold and don't work the block at the same time. So I believe I put 2000 clearance, not clearance because it's not clearance. It's tight on 2000. I don't know how to say it, but anyway. So I put 2000s on it, and it's holding. You know, it's solid over there. But I believe I'm gonna make me on one of the machines. I'm gonna make me some kind of fixture that I can just do the same I'm trying to do there. Just clamp into the shaft, and just got some have some kind of scissor that I can just hold into any of the front of the bolts, hold it, and then that way it's gonna pull the block, whichever way I turn it to. All right, guys, well, I hope you like it. Have a good night, and thank you so much for watching.